Hi there, I'm Brian Burkhart from Square Planet, and welcome to this edition of Orange, our monthly video news series to give you ideas on how to be an amazing communicator. And today, we're going to talk about resources. We get this question all the time. How do you guys do what you do? Where do you get your information? And really what people are asking us is, what are your resources? You know, we'd like to think that we have all the answers, but the truth is we have some areas that we go to, some things that we have in our hip pocket that allow us to do our job, to craft stories and messages that really help our clients' communications be awesome. And one of the things that we use all the time is something that's super easy, that all of you know how to use, and that's books. I'm a book guy. I love books. And I have a few of my favorites that I think really go a very long way. The first is called Words That Work. It's by Dr. Frank Luntz, and it's truly a classic. He is the real deal. And in this book, you'll hear something that you hear all the time around here, that the two most powerful words in the English language are imagine and believe. Imagine and believe. This is a great book to help just build overall strategies and ideas around words and communicating effectively. Another great one is actually a series of books by a guy named Seth Godin. This is just one of many. Seth is easily the world's greatest living marketer. He's unbelievable. He's got a blog that's free. It comes out every single day, websites, all kinds of speaking engagements, and tons of books. And the cool part about these books, and this one is no different, is they're little chunks. You know, a page, 2 pages at most at a time. So a really good, easy read. Seth Godin is the man. Check out any of his books. Last one I want to share with you is actually one of my most favorites. I believe this is sort of the play-by-play manual of how to be an amazing leader. It's called Creativity by Ed Catmull. Ed is one of the founders of Pixar, the animation studio, and this book has so many great stories, so many great parallels, so many ways that you can help communicate inside or outside your organization by following Pixar's lead. Unbelievable stuff. The last thing about books I'd like to talk to you about is sort of a series of books. These are all part of the same team, if you will. History's Greatest Decisions, History's Worst Disasters, and History's Greatest Mysteries. These kind of books are spectacular, loaded with information, ideas, concepts, and stories that you can use and translate into your own world. Now, this kind of stuff, history, specifically history, is really easy to find online. You can go Googling and Wikipediaing and all those things, but the reason I like books so much is you can write in them and tear out pages and dog ear and highlight and make them your own. When I work with books, I work with books. You can tell that they've gone through the meat grinder with me. But that's why I love books, because they're mine and I get to do things with them. But along that same line of mine is the idea of the things that you communicate, the ways in which you tell stories. They should be unique to you. They should be personal. And the easiest way to do that is to talk about the things you know and love. I am one of the world's biggest Bear fans. No matter how many times they disappoint me, which is all the time, I can't stop but loving my Bears. I love these guys. They're terrible. I want them all killed, fired, off the team. But they're my Bears. And so when I'm drawing upon parallels and stories, I can use personalities and players and moments in the games that can be really interesting in other communication areas. Now, think about your life. Are you a photographer? Do you like to travel? Are you a painter? Do you work on cars? Do you flip houses? Whatever it is that you do in your personal world, bring that into your communications. Use that stuff to help deliver the message. Whether it's about the Bears or something else, we want to hear those personal details. Now, a couple other little things. Technology changes, and just a few years ago, it wasn't an option. Things like iPhones with video cameras and cameras didn't exist. But now, those are amazing resources. It's very normal for us to snap a picture of something with our iPhone to later use within a presentation. Try doing those kind of things. Additionally, something that I always carry with me, a pen and a notebook. And yes, this little guy is a notebook, pocket-sized. If I see something, if I like an idea, if I see something of note, I write it down. That way I always have the information at hand. The final resource, the last thing I would tell you, is create a junk drawer. I've got one. It's all full of stuff that I've just kind of curated over time. From imprinted beach balls to name tags I've had from events, I've got a junk drawer full of stuff that anytime I need an inspiration or an idea or a color palette or whatever it is that will draw an idea out, I go to my junk drawer and I just start digging through stuff and I come up with some ideas. So remember, Resources are there, they're all around you. They start typically with personal things, but they certainly exist in the digital world, the book world, in all kinds of places. Use your resources, curate ideas, and create amazing stories and communications along the way. For Square Planet and for Orange, I'm Brian Burkhart. We'll see you next month.